Imagine this. You wake up every day and the whole day is yours. Your time is truly your own. No alarms, no traffic jams, no deadlines, just pure enjoyment. You could do things you want to, but on your own time. In this video, I am going to break it down if we can get retirement started a bit early, 55 to be precise. You have worked hard, you have saved diligently, and the market has rewarded you. Now, you gotta have fat savings, let's say a solid $2 million. And let's say you have this in a pre-tax 401k account. Can we do it? Can you retire at 55 with $2 million in 401k comfortably without running out of money? Hello folks, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a deep dive into this one question. Is $2 million enough to retire at 55? We'll break down the numbers, explore the game plan, and find out the hidden benefits that can make retiring at 55 not just a dream but reality. Stick around folks, watch it all the way to the end because you don't want to miss the part where we uncover 55 might be the just perfect age to call it quits. Why 55? What makes this age so special? Well, it's not just about having more time to enjoy life. That's part of it. At 55, more people are still in good health and have energy to travel, pursue hobbies, or even start a project that they have thought about starting for a long time, but life got into the way. Not just lifestyle, there are some really cool financial benefits to retiring at this age, especially if you've saved well. First, let's talk about rule of 55. This IRS provision allows you to withdraw from your 401k without the typical 10% withdrawal penalty. Remember folks, 401k cannot be withdrawn until you're 59 and a half. If you do, you pay 10%, I call it tax, 10% extra tax, but they call it penalty, so they'll make you scared. Without the typical 10% penalty for early withdrawal if you leave your job when you turn age 55 or later. This is a game changer for those of you looking to retire a little bit early, as it provides a penalty-free access to your retirement savings, something you would not have had access, let's say if you try to retire at 50. And that's just one of the reasons why 55 could be the sweet spot for retirement. But before we dive into how to make that $2 million last, let's take a closer look at what your retirement might actually cost. So the first step is estimating your annual expenses. The main channels retirees normally spend their money on are as follows: housing, healthcare, food, transportation, leisure, and some outstanding debts. These are the core categories you will need to account for. For this example, let's say your annual expenses add up to about $60,000. And also now don't forget inflation, because that can eat up your portfolio in no time. Normally, rule of thumb is 3%. And sometimes this number can be a little bit higher, sometimes it can be a little bit lower. So that 60,000 today might be worth more than $100,000 in about 15 to 20 years. This is why your withdrawal strategy is so critical. Let's talk about the 4% rule. This is a very popular guideline. It suggests that you can withdraw about 4% on the first year of retirement and adjust the next year's withdrawal according to inflation. With $2 million, that amount would be $80,000. But here's the catch. Because you are retiring a little bit earlier, it's smarter to be a bit more conservative. Even withdrawing 3.5 to 3% is not a bad idea, especially if it's a down market year, which means you're looking at $60,000 to $70,000 per year. And that actually matches the expenses that we were planning in our earlier step. I personally think it should be flexible. You can draw higher amounts when the market is doing well and lower amounts when it's not doing well. By withdrawing less, you not only reduce your risk of outliving your savings, but you also give your remaining balance more time to grow. This is especially important because while you are withdrawing your savings, your investments are still growing at a healthy rate. Compounding tax deferred. Tax deferred is the key when it comes to 401k. So next is the healthcare cost. One of the biggest unknowns in retirement is healthcare cost. Since Medicare does not kick in until you are 65, the 10 years you will have to cover this out of your pocket. This could mean private insurance or Affordable Care Act, and they're all expensive. So it could cost about $10,000, maybe even $1,000 a month. For many retirees, healthcare is the single largest expense. So let's estimate like about $10,000 roughly for the calculation until you qualify for Medicare. This needs to be factored into your overall retirement plan, as it can significantly impact how much you'll withdraw from your 401k. Taxes and RMDs. Here is another important factor. Taxes. Remember, your 401k is a pre-tax investment, which means every dollar you withdraw will be taxed as ordinary income. Ideally, when you put the money in, you are in a really higher tax bracket like 22, 24, or even 30s. And then when you're withdrawing the money, like our expenses, 60, 80, even $100,000, so that's really low, towards 10 to 12%. This is something you need to plan really carefully, especially when required minimum distribution or RMDs kick in at age 73. RMDs are mandatory withdrawal the IRS requires you to take from your 401k. The amount is based on the size of your account and your life expectancy. And if you don't take them, you will face a penalty. But until then, you have a flexibility. You can manage your own withdrawals and your taxes by yourself, which is a huge benefit. Plan on withdrawing more money than less before you get to that age, so it does not become what most of the financial advisors like to call a tax bomb. Next, the power of pre-tax investment. One of the greatest benefits of 401k is tax deferral. I call this margin from Uncle Sam. Contributions to your 401k are made with pre-tax dollars, reducing your taxable income when you are in your working years. This allows your investments to grow without being taxed until you withdraw them. And remember, folks, you don't withdraw your entire 401k account at one time, so you don't fall into that highest tax bracket, because some of the financial advisors will show that in their calculation just to scare you, so you feel like you need their help. So since your taxes are deferred, more of your money stays invested. It leads to a larger compound growth over time. And if your employer offers matching contributions, which a lot of employers do these days, that also compounds. All of this contributes to the potential of your $2 million portfolio growing even further in retirement if you manage your withdrawals wisely. Next, longevity and market risk. Living a long, healthy life is the goal, but that also means your retirement savings need to last longer. If you live until 90 or beyond, that's 35 years in retirement or more. This is why it's crucial to have plan that accounts for the longevity risk. One way to protect against this is by diversifying your investments. As you approach and enter retirement, it's wiser to shift your investment towards more conservative investments, still maintaining some exposure in the stocks for growth. This balanced approach helps you manage risk while still giving your portfolio a chance to grow. This is one of the most important part here: flexibility and adjustments. Retirement is not set it and forget it kind of deal. Flexibility is a key. You may need to adjust your withdrawal rate. Certain expenses like travel if the market takes a downturn or your expenses rise for some unknown reason. These adjustments can make a huge difference in how long this $2 million portfolio will last throughout your retirement. It's all about being adaptable and being prepared to make changes as needed. So folks, retiring at 55 with $2 million in your 401k can be a reality if you plan carefully. You just need to understand your expenses, manage your withdrawals, and stay flexible. You can make this money last, and more importantly, make your retirement everything you want it to be. That's it for this video, and OMT. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. Peace.